And I think we are live. Let me make sure. I think we're live. I think we're
Yes.
live. And I think we are live. You hear that?
Yep.
Hear the music?
I can't hear the music though.
Yeah.
No,
All
but
right.
it's okay. I see you.
All right. It's all right. And I think we are live, ladies and gentlemen. And let me make sure I'm checking the feed. Yes, we are live. Yes, we are live. Yes, I hear my voice. Okay, good. I had to
Yeah.
check, make sure everything was cool. Shout out to everybody who's going to tune in. This is the Unapologetic Nomads. I am Mickey. I'm in the building. I have a special guest here today for you. Just want to share some awesome things with you about her travels to the continent for the first. Is it the first time?
Yes, it
All
is.
right, and we are live. Anybody who is in the chat, give me a thumbs up, making sure that the feed is nice and the sound is good. Give me a thumbs up as soon as you come in the building. Come on in the building. Have a great conversation for you today. And I want to introduce peace and love to you too. Bayu 4369. All right. Is it good? Give me a thumbs up, Bayu. All right, awesome. I want to introduce to you my special guest, a good sister I met a couple of months ago, actually, via, and I'll let her explain how we met. And thank you. Sounds good. Thank you, Coco Love. And she'll explain how we met and all those good things. But wonderful sister out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the one, the only, the lovely Miss Armenthia. How are you today, sis?
Hello. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Good
I'm
to
good. Thank you so much for having me on your channel. It's like kind of surreal.
Oh no, it is awesome having. It's a pleasure having you too, and to talk about a lot of good things. Actually, some the good and the bad, the pros, the cons.
Yes.
What's
Yes,
going on here
definitely.
with your visit to the continent? Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody in the chat. Shout out to Bayu4369, and shout out to Coco Love. Shout out to Belushi, who is not here today, and to Ayla. Much love to you, sis. Also, Golden Heart. Shout out to you, 751. So, just to get started, I want her to introduce herself a little bit more, tell them how we met and
Okay.
how we got to this point.
All
Just
right.
the introduction.
Okay. So I was doing my research on going traveling abroad, and specifically to East Africa, because I always said that I wanted to go to Zanzibar. I always wanted to go to Zanzibar. I never did know anything about Dar es Salaam or anything like that. Or I've heard primarily about Arusha, just in some of my research about Zanzibar. So when I started putting in Black expats, you guys popped up
Wow. Okay.
along with a couple of the other, people that are over there.
Mhm.
However, I really like your content and not kind of like fear mongering and doing. I like how you and your husband put it together, and show the good and some of the bad sides, of your pros and cons, so to speak, in Tanzania. And then when I was like, whoa, it's like so many. I didn't really understand, like, the magnitude of people, but I was able to, watching your videos, I was able to consult with you guys. So I booked a consultation, and because I didn't know where to live. And then I was seeing that, that you and your husband, I think you were teaching at the time, still in Dubai, and your husband was going, but he was going, in and out, getting the apartment set up, and shopping and living daily in Sala Sala.
Mhm.
Then I watched actually your feed with your live with Monica at the
Mhm.
apartment at Unde. So then I said, okay, let me book a consultation, with you, so I can get more and more information that I need. So that's how we are here, because I really like how you guys present your content, and it's just like your opinion, it's not like scripted how people come on and do their YouTube channels, because you can kind of tell everybody kind of, say follow a script, but you guys just follow like whatever is on your mind and your opinions, your raw, honest opinions. So, and I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. And I appreciate you as well, sis. And thank you for booking a
Yes.
consultation. We had an awesome conversation.
Yes.
And I want to take a quick moment, shout out to no regular YouTuber in the chat also. All my good people popping up. Shout out to all of you and to Nundis3365. All right. So let's continue with this conversation. I want to get into the meat and potatoes here of what's
Okay.
here for. And so what inspired you to visit Tanzania in the first place? You might have kind of hit on that, but what was driving you to say, okay, I want to, and was this your first country on the continent you visited?
Yes. Yes. Okay. It's my first 14-hour plane ride.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But not out of the country. Not out of the country, but my first plane ride, like 14 hours. Yes. Into Africa. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So what inspired me is I like I said, I just always like the Maasai. Like I started seeing people like when the internet started, you can Google different parts of Africa and the pictures with the Maasai, the beautiful blue water. And then I learned there was an archipelago off of our archipelago in Africa. And I was like, I want to go there. I'm going to see there. And I just kind of just like, okay, I really wanted to go there. So I booked it, but Africa was not my first choice to leave the country. I was actually going to go to Quito, Ecuador. I speak a little bit of Spanish. I know enough to like kind of get around and probably learn it better once I get over there. But some of the things that I had learned about just being by myself and traveling solo, I was like, yeah, no. So then I even went further and went to Zanzibar. I actually went to Tanzania. So let me say that first. And then I went to Zanzibar while I was in Tanzania.
Very good. Wow. Okay.
The pictures. So to answer your question, the pictures. And then I really wanted this. I want to join the caravan of love. Come on, everybody. We're going to take the caravan of love to the motherland. I'm your brother. I'm your sister. That sort of thing. I want to experience that.
Nice. And yeah, the pictures will do it because Zanzibar did it for me. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, definitely.
Paradise on earth. Yes. So definitely. So thank you for sharing that. And how long did you stay for this visit? This is your first time. And then what parts of the country did you actually visit?
So I stayed 28 days in Tanzania, and then I went to Ethiopia for 2 days and came back. So I was in Sala Sala, Dar es Salaam, and then I went to Zanzibar, Paje, and then I came back from Ethiopia. Addis Ababa. So
Addis Ababa, yes, experience. All right. So you went to those places. You spent which place did you spend most of your time?
Dar es Salaam. Dar es Salaam.
Okay. And how many days? How long?
28 days.
28 days, almost a month.
Yeah, almost a month.
Enough to see things.
Yes.
You had your feet on the ground and going around to see what's going on.
Yeah, and I didn't do any tourist things over there because my primary reason, as I discussed in my consultation with you, I was going to teach English. And so I just kind of walked around just to get a feel of the atmosphere, the surroundings that I was in. That's kind of the reason why I moved from Sala Sala, because it was so far out. The roads weren't kind of really walkable out there, and it was really long ways from the city. So when I got into the Dar es Salaam, into the city, then I was able to navigate around there and just walk around and see. It was an experience.
All right. We'll get into that. And what were your first impressions when you arrived? Let's think back to the airport when you first arrived.
So landing there, we were coming in from Qatar, and just to see, flying over, seeing the edge, the outline. I was trying to, how we all wear like the little outlines of the African. I was like, okay, where am I at? Because I came down. And so when I landed in Dar es Salaam, just getting to the airport is a lot of foreigners. It was so many Chinese. There was a lot of Asians on the plane. And half of them more than half of, I say about 50 to 60 just walk straight through. They must have been like on a multi-entry visa,
Wow.
because you know how when you get in, you can go straight through, and then over there you can get an emergency visa. Well, about only 13 of them went the way that I went to get an emergency visa to come in. But the rest of them, they had no bags. They walked straight through.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the process. And then so I was told like one price. I had looked it up. um Monica had told me like one, like the visa, I got charged like $25 more.
Oh, wow.
He's like, yeah, he said it goes by the days. So I think I paid like $125 for a visa. But yeah,
Which one
so
was this? Which visa was this?
it was the one that lasted 3 months, but it was
Okay, that was the
multi-entry that I can go come in and out over a year. I can go in and out, but I couldn't stay any more than 3 months.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the multiple entry, when we got it, it was 100 USD.
Mm-hmm.
They stamp it. It's good from that date to that same day next year. So it's good for a year. However, you do have to leave every 3 months.
Yeah. And so prior to coming, I was trying to be prepared. So I got a visa in Kenya because I was going to be brave and get on the bus and ride that 8-hour ride for $10 to the border, to stay in Kenya. So I booked an Airbnb so that I can show them that I had accommodations in Kenya. And then I submitted that to Tanzania, because they kept saying, how are you coming in? Like by boat or by plane. And I was coming in by land. So I had to look up and find like what intersection, like what land border I was crossing, and I had to submit all that stuff for the Kenyan visa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what month did you go to visit Tanzania?
August.
Okay. So August, so you stayed until pretty much the end of September.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well, the end of like the first part of September. Yeah.
Okay. You left in September.
Yes.
September.
Yes.
Okay. So what were some of the highlights of your trip? But maybe let's pause that for a second. I want to ask you, are there particular places or experiences that completely took your breath away, for one?
Oh, yes. Okay. So let me tell you a couple things. So they took my breath. There was when I got out of the airport, they're doing construction, and their construction is not like our construction. They don't have a lot of them are doing by hand. They're putting bricks in, they're out there in flip-flops, church shoes, no shoes, no hard hat, vest, no shirt, coat. It was like an organized chaos when I came out of there. And then here in America, when there's construction zones, you don't get in those construction zones. However, in Africa, they're going down in that construction zone and going around people. Yeah, the roads are already not so good in the leaving out of the airport, going all the way to Sala Sala. But it was just the sheer number of people. I did not understand the magnitude of 72 million people in a country.
Yes,
it's a lot of people. So you're constantly saying, "Oh, sorry." It's like you're doing a dance, like the little baboon. They have the meme of like walking carefully. So it was to see all the buildings, like my first impression of the buildings and the homes are absolutely beautiful. Wow. You would see them like they could be anywhere here in America, or our version, because I don't want to say here in America like we're better, but our somebody's standards of living. Yeah, it's very beautiful. No roads, like the road infrastructure, the dust. No one told me to wear a mask.
Okay.
So I got a sinus infection because I'm just breathing in dust. That's all you're breathing in is just dust. Now, when I went to Paje,
now Paje, let's explain to the listeners. Paje is part of Zanzibar.
Yes.
Okay, so Dar es Salaam is what you were talking about just now. Okay, that's the city. It's a big city. And Paje is it's a certain area, part of the island of Zanzibar.
Yes.
Beautiful place.
Yes, it is. And so it took a long time to get there too, about an hour from Stone Town, and just coming in. But when I got up, first of all, when I got there, we couldn't find the Airbnb because it just these are new places, so they weren't, the Google Earth wasn't picking them up, or Google Maps wasn't picking them up. So now it's dark, and I had a dress on because I sent you the video when I was standing in the ferry. Like I had that dress on and some sandals and my luggage. He's like, "You're gonna have to get out and walk." Now it's night, it's no street lights.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get to see Page that night. He was like, "You're gonna have to get out and walk." I said, "Walk?" I got dress on. I said, "I have my luggage. I can't drag this luggage over these."
How far was it?
It was about 10 minutes. Because I'm walking. I'm trying to be guided in. I'm trying to. Yeah,
no Bajaj, nothing. No Bajaj. Oh.
No, because I took a taxi.
Oh.
Because you know how you're like the little. The best way I could put it is like if you watch Nemo, when Dory and the dad got on the dock and the seagulls like mine. So everybody's coming at you. So you just have to keep your head, So it was like, okay, I was like, okay, where am I going to go? He's like, no, you don't want to catch the Bajaji way out to Page. I'll give you a ride. I'll get you there safely. And then everything's 100,000 shillings. I was like, how much? 100,000 shillings. I said 100,000 shillings.
Oh,
yeah, no, I'm not. I said I'm not paying that. So then I walked off from this one guy. So then another guy came. Yeah, it's like they tag team you. So I ended up paying like 60,000 shillings to get to Page in this.
How far were you at that time from Page?
An hour and 15 minutes.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. And it was a lot. It was so many people. It took us kind of a minute to get out of the city, to get to the highway, to get to Page. Yeah, it was a lot. So by now it's dark. That's what I'm saying. I was walking in the dark, dragging my luggage and then picking it up.
You were leaving. Now, to explain, Stone Town is on the opposite side of the island. So imagine the island. You on this side, you have to go to that side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Page is on is it the east coast? The east? The west? I got to look at the map, but it's on the opposite side of Stone Town. Stone Town is where you would land if you're taking the airplane. Now,
I think it is on the east. It is on the east.
Page is on the opposite side. Now, 100,000 T shilling is $40 USD.
Yes, yes.
So if it's and I know the roads are not great, it's an island. So that might be kind of correct. $40, and you're going, how was it, an hour and a half?
Yeah, it was an hour and 15 minutes. But you have to okay, so let me back up to my day.
That's 24, so that's not bad.
So my day started out when I went to the ferry.
Okay.
This guy said, "Hey, I'm going to help you get up." So I'm walking in. I'm inside the building. I'm inside the gate. He said, "Here, let me take your luggage." I was like, "No, I can carry my own luggage." He's like, "Oh no, I got you. Come on." And so he had on a yellow vest. So I'm thinking he's who to follow. Then so when I get there, he's like, "Oh, I need 100,000 shillings."
Oh,
yes. And then so this other guy, he came.
This is for carrying the luggage.
Yes. And I thought
now that's incorrect. That is very much incorrect.
Yes. So then a guy comes up from behind with the ferry, with the Kilimanjaro ferry shirt. I was like, "Well, who is he?" And he's like, "Oh, he's this guy." He said, "But you can give him a tip." I was like, "I'm not giving him anything, because
that's a lot just to carry the luggage." Oh yeah, he was. So everybody's not like that, but unfortunately, truthfully,
yes,
on you big time. Yeah.
Yes, and so it was like, that's why I was like 100,000 shillings. Like, I'm not giving you 100,000 shillings.
Luggage, no, ma'am.
Yeah,
you begging to carry it? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Now, I do understand that there are people who work for tips, but
yes,
let's not do that.
Yeah. So I gave him 10,000 shillings, and he was very upset. And he was very upset. Because I thought he worked there. Because he's walking that way. He just got me around he took me right around the line, and I was like, oh, for whatever reason, I'm getting special treatment. No, I was getting special hustled because I didn't know he was
by yourself.
Yeah, I was by myself. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how did you find the people in Tanzania overall? When you think about all the people you have encountered and met, and not just that situation, how did you find the people?
Oh, very, very, very welcoming, very kind,
Mhm.
happy. People are busy. I didn't see anyone. I didn't see any beggars. Just one person asked me for some money, and it was one lady that was in a wheelchair. Everybody has something to sell, um,
Right.
and I'm gonna address the smells.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so maybe have you ever worked with somebody from another country here, specifically Africa, and they made you like, dang, they're so musty,
Okay.
and but it's because they don't use deodorant, and then
Right.
a
People
lot of
don't.
the water,
Mhm.
yeah,
Right.
the water. But what I found in Tanzania, the people are very clean. Like
Yeah.
on the side of the road, if they're cooking food, you know that they've washed their hands because they have a makeshift bucket, a makeshift sink with some soap and some water.
Mm-hmm.
They come around. I went to one restaurant where they came over with a pot and then
Mm-hmm.
a
Oh yeah.
lady
That's
holding a
tradition.
bowl, and so you could wash your
You wash
hands.
your hands everywhere
Yeah,
you go. Right.
they're very clean. They just don't believe in like all of like the
Right.
antiperspirants that we have. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing. Like, because I got on a city bus. No, I told you about the plane first. The plane
Right.
ride over there,
Yeah.
it was horrible.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was horrible. Yeah. Um,
it's an
um,
international airplane. Okay.
yes, yes.
Cool. Okay.
To Qatar, all that smell took me out.
Oh,
Um,
Qatar. Oh wow. You picked up
yeah.
Qatar where? In
Uh,
in the in the US?
yeah, so I left from DFW to Qatar, and then Qatar
Okay.
to Dar es Salaam.
Okay. Okay.
And
Got
yeah,
it. Yeah, that's an
yeah,
international flight. So there's people from everywhere on.
everywhere, and predominantly one particular people than the next.
Mhm.
But yeah, so so the people, they're very, very clean. So if I ever meet a Tanzanian over here and they say, "Hey, you want some food?" I know they've washed their hands. They do not touch
Mhm.
any food without washing their hands. That
That's true.
they are very clean. They take their. I went to several stores where there's just women in the stores, and so I was like, "What are all these shoes
Mm.
doing out here?" They all take their shoes off
Mhm.
outside the store,
Mhm.
and then they walk in.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's not like that at every store, but it was just really interesting. Their houses are clean. I went into a couple people's houses, and the hospitality is just like
Yeah.
nothing you could. It's so good.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice. Did you have any, speaking of that kind, like acts of interactions or moments of kindness that stood out with people with someone there? Anybody do anything?
Yes. When I had, so I didn't take the malaria tablets before.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So let me just put that disclaimer out there first. So I didn't do that. So, and I had been out for a few days. When I got over to the Airbnb, because I moved from Sala Sala
Okay.
to, I got an Airbnb.
Hmm.
Um, when I turned the air on, the lady next door came and said, "Hey, did you just turn the air on?" I was like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "Oh, because it was vibe. It needs something that need to be fixed, but it was an Airbnb, so they didn't see the Airbnb owners." And so because the Airbnb that I was in, that was the only one that people didn't live in because the apartments where I stayed, the Swedish built them for research, maybe about 20, 25 years ago, something like that. And when they were finished, when they completed their research, they turned it over to the Tanzanian government, and then the Tanzanian government sold them individually to government officials.
Okay.
So the lady that I had, I think her dad was a government official, but she just rented it out. So she came over, and I she asked me like what to show her like what number it was on because it was vibrating something in her kitchen. So
Mm.
so she was like, "Oh, if you need anything, this is my name and my number."
Mhm.
So the next day, and I didn't know whether to leave because I left my things. I was just going to go stay 3 days in the city and then go back to Sala Sala. So I didn't bring like all the water that I had bought. I didn't, I'm still fresh there, so I'm not really understanding where the grocery stores are. And I didn't know like those little stores on those little shops on the side of the road. That's like
shops.
primarily like a grocery store. It's not unless you want to go to an international grocery store. So maybe like about the 4th day there, I couldn't sleep. I had the worst headache. I was like, oh my God, I have malaria. I'm about to die. I didn't.
Yeah, that's how you know. Was it like back here?
It was like
your head, like the crown. Because I've never had it, but I heard it was like I know my husband had it. He said it was a really bad headache starting here.
It was so it was so horrible. Yeah, it was a really, really bad headache. Yeah. So I had her number because now I'm so far away from Monica. I'm so far away from Unde. And so it was like at 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, I can't call her. She doesn't know me. So I just laid there and kind of, I took migraine medication. I took 2 Tylenol. I was like, I can't take anything else because no one is going to. And then I had locked, because on this particular Airbnb, you know how they have like the welded doors where you can lock everything up. This one was locked up. So I felt really secure. So I locked the door. I couldn't even get up to the door to go to the door. So I had 5 o'clock had rolled around. I said, I have to call her. And I said, this is Army. I'm so sorry. I'm your neighbor. I think I have malaria. And she said, well, what's going on? I said, I have a bad headache. She said, what have you eaten and drinking since you've been here? I was like, I drank some soda. I drank this and that. She said, did you drink any water? I said, I don't know if you could drink any. She came over. She said, the water is drinkable over here. You have to boil it and put it in the kettle. And she brought me some water. And
this was the neighbor next door.
The neighbor. She was so nice and so kind. Yeah, we stay in contact right now. She was just very, very nice. Like, like compassionate,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Awesome. All right. Good. And I just want to address 1 or 2 comments in the chat at Ibex M. How are we even talking about cleanliness of a whole community based on our interactions with a few? As an African who was raised in Africa and lived in the USA, this is demeaning. All right, sir, I don't know who you are, but much respect, no disrespect. This is not something, this is her experience. So have a little bit of thicker skin than what you have. You have thin skin. This is her experience. That's all she's doing is talking about her experience. This is her first time in Africa. There are places in America that are not clean. We're not saying that it is all clean in America.
Yeah, and I didn't say that it wasn't. Yeah, I didn't say that it wasn't clean.
Everybody's so sensitive, and people can't even express their opinion about anything.
Oh, and I did not say that the continent
in America that aren't clean. We know this already.
Yeah.
All right, back up off that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But much respect. Just don't be so sensitive. Okay. Yes. Come on. This is her experience. She's never been there, ever. This is her first time in Africa. And so back to the conversation. And like somebody said, we hear opinions about us all the time. Exactly. Thank you, Coco Love. Exactly. Every time. Like you always got something to say about Americans or Black Americans. But the moment something is said about someone from the continent, it is a problem. Like, come on, let's have a little bit more like couth and some thick skin. We're too sensitive.
Yeah.
And I think the internet has gotten everybody all sensitive.
Yeah.
So that's nice. She was a very nice woman to help you out like that.
Yes.
And what dishes, speaking of food, food have you tried that you enjoyed?
So dishes? I hadn't eaten any beef like in 15, 16 years. So I had some little beef shish kebabs. Oh my gosh.
On the stick, right?
Yes, on the kebabs. Yeah, whatever they are. Yeah.
Many different names. Skewers.
Yeah, skewers. The chicken, the beef skewers.
Yeah.
They were wonderful. And then it's a juice store. This Tanzanian, he has this juice store. Man, phenomenal. No sugar.
The juice.
No sugar. It was the soda. I'm not a soda drinker. I'm a lemonade connoisseur. But the soda, I had a Pepsi, I had a Fanta, and it really does taste different.
Right.
Yes. As I did not buy any readers until I got back to the United States because my eyes changed when I went over there. I was like, why can't I see this anymore?
Your vision got better.
I'm sorry.
Your vision was good when you were in Tanzania?
No, I couldn't read the small writing anymore
Oh,
for
okay,
some
gotcha.
reason. Yeah, I couldn't read it.
Uh,
Yeah, but it was just cane sugar and something else, but it wasn't all
oh,
this high corn
yes, that's my
fructose syrup.
favorite. Cane sugar, because they take the cane sugar and run it through this machine that squeezes all the juice
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
and it goes into this cup or whatever they put the container with a little lime juice. I don't know if you had that, the lime
yeah,
juice, some
yeah,
ice. Oh
yeah,
my goodness, girl, that's a drink.
yes,
That's my favorite
yeah,
right
it
there.
is.
It's amazing.
Um, so and also the sweets that I had from the restaurants, we went to it was like a crepe or like a cone type ice cream store, but
Okay.
those are stores brought in by foreigners for foreigners because they
Okay.
don't really have a lot. They don't eat like a lot of sweets and stuff how we eat
Right.
here
It's
in
pretty much
in America.
very,
They don't
very
eat sugar
healthy.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't eat sugar.
It's
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
I had Skittles. I bought a pack of Skittles. They taste
You
so
want some
different.
Skittles.
Yeah, I had some Skittles.
Okay.
As well as some of their chocolate bars, the
Ooh.
chocolate bars, they're from it was chocolate from Africa. The coffee, oh my God.
Oh, don't start me with the coffee, girl. I just weaned myself off coffee.
I'm trying to wean myself. I'm like this. I'm like almost like Pookie in New Jack City
Every
trying to wean
day.
myself off coffee.
Every day. Every day.
Yes,
That coffee is
yes,
amazing.
yes,
They grow that coffee. The coffee beans, the trees are there, and the
yes.
chocolate. Chocolate is grown in many parts of Africa.
Um,
It's very amazing. Let me throw in this comment here. Georgette in the chat. Don't tell nobody, but I love a particular beer they have over there. Yes. That Kilimanjaro beer,
uh-huh.
amazing. The ginger
Yeah.
beer, amazing.
Oh yeah, I had the ginger beer.
Yes.
It is so good. I drank their tea, just their regular herbal tea
Yeah.
with the chapati. I
Oh.
walked and got a chapati every day.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I had chapati and tea, and it's just like
Wow.
on the side of the road. People are hustling, bustling, going to work, coming back
Yeah.
home.
Mm-hmm.
It's so that the eatery scene. It was very, very like it was really nice.
Yes.
And the places that were like full on restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
those were things. I think the Tanzanians and locals may be working them, but it's like definitely a foreigner that's brought them in, and you could taste the difference. But let me say this: when I was in um Paje, I got out that night and I walked to. I was just kind of trying to find some place to eat, and I stopped at this Algerian restaurant. He
Mm-hmm.
has a huge window. I mean, like the window is like half of the wall, and you can see into the kitchen. It's very clean. So he went over there.
Mm-hmm.
He's a chef. He went over there, stimulating the economy by buying local products, local food.
Mm-hmm.
He's employing the women because that's all that was in there was the women over there in Zanzibar. And the food was so delicious. I did have a chocolate, flourless chocolate cake. Again, the chocolate was
Mm,
from
interesting.
Tanzania, and it was so good. It wasn't sweet how you get like a sugar rush. It wasn't like that, but it was really
Uh-huh.
good.
Interesting. Interesting. And let me shout out. Thank you for sharing that,
Mhm.
Armenthia. Shout out, Abiola Raha. Thank you for the super chat. And his comment is, "Let's be honest, African toilet paper is like sandpaper." I don't know if I agree with that. That's kind of funny, but I don't know if I agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
um, um, because when we shop, we go to the regular grocery store, like right up the road, and purchase our toilet paper. They have different brands, many different brands. You just have to know which brand you're going to go with. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Their soap now their laundry soap is that liquid soap.
Mm-hmm.
That soap is soaping. I
Yeah.
did not because I didn't read the instructions. I said, oh, this is just some laundry soap. So
Uh-huh.
instead of putting a little teaspoonful in that,
Ooh, it's concentrated.
I put some in the wash machine, and I was just I was sitting down for about an hour, and I got up. I was like, "What is all this, honey? Those bubbles, they were all over that kitchen."
Oh, you got to read the
Yeah,
instructions.
I did. Yeah, I didn't read the instructions, and I probably put like the 2 tablespoons in. The lady next door said, "Oh no,
Oh,
no,
no,
you just
that
need a
was way
little
too
bit. Yeah,
much.
you need like a half a teaspoon in there." I done put
Girl, you got to soak up the entire apartment.
Yes, I'm about to just give it a good washing.
Yes. And oh yes, at Sianama, yes, Tangawizi. Tangawizi is the ginger beer.
Yes,
Tangawizi,
yes,
yes, darling,
yes.
that's ginger beer.
Listen, my clothes never
Uh-huh.
have been so clean.
And Georgia, that's the beer. Okay, that was it. Yes, yes. Okay. And let's see who we have. Hassan Irby, I didn't have an issue with toilet paper in Egypt, Morocco. The issue was the plumbing didn't allow you to flush the toilet paper in many sections of the city in Egypt and Morocco. Wow, interesting. Now, when we visited Egypt, we stayed at what was it, the Hilton or somewhere like that? Because in Egypt, now you have to be very careful where you stay in Egypt because it's different parts of Egypt are not is not clean, you know. So now the touristy parts are, and so I didn't have a problem with plumbing, probably based on where we stayed when we were in Egypt. But I've never been to Morocco. That's interesting. Cianama, I don't remember the toilet paper being like sandpaper. Me either. I think I bought a certain brand every time.
Yeah, I never had an issue.
OMO is a good laundry soap there. That was from Golden Heart. Shout out to you, Golden Heart. Good to see you in here, my sis. Yeah, it is. OMO is good. And Abiola Raha, locals don't have money to shop where westernized tourists are coming to shop. That is true.
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
And as far as the toilet paper, those types of goods you're going to find in a store. So I don't think I ran across anybody who sold that unless you're at the big market downtown. And that's such a far way to go to get toilet paper. It is very, it's not as far as close as you think downtown at the big market. But like on the roadside stands, you're going to find fresh fruits and vegetables everywhere. Water.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. Yeah. The Gotti shop. The Gotti shop. Shout out to the Gotti shop.
Gotti. G-O-D-I? Okay.
Yeah. He has soap, toilet paper.
Okay.
But I bought that laundry soap from on the side of the road.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in one of those stores because a guy from Zanzibar, he was my driver from Sala Sala to Dar es Salaam. And I said, I need to get some laundry soap before I go to my Airbnb. And he's like, oh, okay, we'll just stop right here. And, you know, so I got some. I didn't read the instructions, though.
In Georgette, yes, Shoppers was our spot, too. We had to get stuff. We always got our fresh fruits and vegetables from the local people that were selling their goods. But like things like toilet paper and, you know, tissue and things like that we would go to Shoppers. She said, I love the laundry detergent, their body soap, and hair shampoo. I've tried the hair shampoo. It's good. No issues with the toilet paper. And her stores were Jumbo and Shoppers. And that's from Georgette. Georgetta Pinnick 418. Thank you for that. So my next question for you was all right, you talk about the food, the music and culture. Did you go to any places to enjoy any music, any culture, any music, anything like that? Entertainment?
No, well, I went down to Cocoa Beach. Beach.
Yes, that's my
spot. I was there. Yeah, I went to Cocoa Beach. So, you know, I sat along. So, you know, they play music, you know, they have the drinks. But speaking of Cocoa Beach, I caught my first time, I caught a boda there. Okay. And and it was like about 7:00 in the morning. I couldn't sleep because jet lag was so real.
Oh, that jet lag.
Lag was so real. It's like I couldn't shake it. And so it was about 7 in the morning. I got up and I went and had chapati and some tea. And then I just kind of walked. It was super busy because people were getting to and from work. And so I said, I want to go to the beach. I'm looking at my map on my phone. And I seen it was like not too far. They were like, oh, you can catch a boda. And I was like, oh, a boda. And so I jumped on there, you know, got dropped off at Cocoa Beach. And it was like really surreal. Not as surreal as not as surreal as Zanzibar, Paje, you know, just seeing that. But when I got to Cocoa Beach, the sand is like so soft, like you just like your feet just kind of like go into it. But
Yes.
what mostly stuck out to me about Cocoa Beach is that the water, when it lapped over, when it sounded like a drum. It just crashed, like it just was like so loud, and it was like just folded over. But it was like every time the wave folded over, it was like it just hit like a big drum. And then so I
Wow.
was like, "Am I tripping?" So I looked it up. I googled why does
Yeah.
it sound like a drum in Cocoa Beach? And it's something about how the sandbar is. So I was like, I know I'm not tripping, but
Mm.
it was so beautiful. And then it started to rain, and now I'm far from because I stayed off of um, Ali Hassan in
Highly
Salih
Selassie. Highly
Haile
Selassie.
Selassie.
Yeah, so
Um,
it's a long
yeah,
main road. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I was over there. So I was a little bit of ways away. So I started kind of walking, and then I ran under like a little hut. I stayed there for a minute until the
Uh-huh.
rain subsided a little bit, and I was like, you know what? That's why I locked my hair up before I went, because I originally planned to
Nice.
stay for a year, like I
Congrats on
mainly
the
talked about.
locks. All
Yeah.
right.
So I said, you know what, my hair can get wet. It's okay. I'm not gonna
Right.
melt. So then I
That's
just
right.
walked, yeah, I just
Mhm.
walked halfway back. And when I got back on one of the main streets, everybody was out walking. They were looking at me like, why was I running in the rain? Like, I didn't, everybody's just walking along, kind of like Oregon, kind of like Portland, Oregon. Like,
Right.
somebody's not from Portland when you see them with the umbrella and a whole bunch of stuff. Because people just kind of just learn how to go with the flow and skate in and skate out of where they have
Yes.
to go.
Awesome. Now I know we talked about so many good moments and good things. Were there any uncomfortable moments during your trip? Anything
Yes.
uncomfortable?
Yes, very. So I was there a little over 2 weeks.
Okay.
Um, I didn't carry a lot of cash on me. So, like we had discussed, and I had talked to Monica, you can use Sendwave, you can use these money transfer apps from
Uh-huh.
your bank in America. My second and 2.5 weeks, it just stopped working. And so every time you call Sendwave, they say wait 24 hours. I was like, well, what is the problem? What's the problem? Well, what's going on? I had no money, none. And then,
Whoa.
with everything happening, US dollars were not able to be spent in
Mhm.
Tanzania. And
Right.
so I was for 4 days. This went on for 4 days. It was like literally a Monday through Thursday. They kept telling me to wait. Okay, so my food is running low,
Whoa.
like literally.
That's not comfortable. Okay.
No. And so I said, okay, I'm going to get up with this little
Mm-hmm.
money I have left. I think I had probably about like 28,000 shillings left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and I said, I'm going to catch a boda or catch a ride to the U.S. Embassy. Now I'm thinking I'm going to go into the U.S. Embassy and see an American, and they're going to be able to call the people from Sinway. Say, oh no, she's here. I see her passport. That
Right.
was a whole deal trying to get into the U.S. Embassy, first of all. And then
Okay.
you get in, and the lady is like, I said, ma'am, I can't send myself any money. And she was
Right.
like, do you have any family in America that could send you money through Western Union? I was like, well, no, I have my own money. I just need to, can you call them? She's like, no. Go to Western Union. I was like, oh, okay. And she kind of like just walked off. And she said, do you need anything else? And I was like, oh, no, it's okay. So I said, okay, I sat there for a minute. Let me pull myself together, because
Mm-hmm.
I had, first of all, I need to find out where Western Union was. I didn't understand the Western Unions were in all the banks there.
Yes.
So
Uh-huh.
so when I went to the first bank, they
Okay.
said, you have to take a number. It was probably about maybe 30 people in there. That
Wow.
was an experience, because I
Yeah.
seen uh,
The
uh,
banks are usually crowded. If you go a certain time of day, is
yeah.
you need to get there when the doors open
Yeah,
because
and
you're
it
gonna
was
be there
morning.
for
It
a
was probably
while.
about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It was already too late.
Yeah.
So that was an experience. That was a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I witnessed it was an Asian man. He had this a Tanzanian's passport. So I'm just kind of paying attention to how things are going on. And then they called my number. I think I was like number 67. They called it. They're like, oh, we don't have internet for Western Union. I said, huh? Like, what do you mean internet for Western Union? And I'm seeing this lady on the computer. Yeah.
Okay.
And that bank was really interesting because then I seen he's a Middle Eastern man. He bought so much cash.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, it was like almost, I'm not even exaggerating. It was like in a little wagon. He had like a bodyguard with him or somebody with him, and he was putting the money in. So I left from there. Now, mind you, I'm catching rides to all these places, getting money. So then I'm off to the second destination, to the next Western Union. Oh, we don't have internet for Western Union. I said, okay, let me sit down. And I had to call, God bless, that was my neighbor's brother.
Oh.
So I called because I'm just riding in these Bajajis now because they're the cheapest. And so
now, did you know you could use your ATM from America in the ATMs there? Your ATM card?
No.
Yes, you could have done that. I wish you had called. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can use your bank card as long as it has the Visa or MasterCard symbol.
Yeah.
You can use it in the ATMs.
Oh, wow.
They're down.
Yes. But, and I have my credit card. I didn't realize no place almost doesn't take credit card, not unless you go to the touristy areas.
Yes.
But so my fifth bank, make a long story short, my fifth bank had money.
All right.
Wi-Fi for the Wi-Fi for the
so it was a different area.
And another uncomfortable thing was I didn't understand like how to, because you have to turn the hot water tank on.
Right.
So
so
you have to turn the hot water tank on so that keeping it on is running down the electricity. And so also like you know how you could turn the pump on,
right?
I still don't even understand how that really works. You know, you turn the pump on. They said the pressure's low. Hit. You know, do that. Well, for 2 days I had no water. Then for about a day and a half, the water was just brown like coffee. And then my neighbor said that's because I let it get too low to where now it's soaking up all the sand. That's what the dirt was. It wasn't dirt, it was sand in settlement in bottom of the container on top of the roof or out back.
Okay.
So
we have the water tanks on top. Usually they're on top of a some type of I don't want to call it a ladder, but it's like up.
Some sort of scaffold.
Yeah, the water tanks are up like that.
Yeah. Other than the dust, the water, you know, the water issue, and not just really understanding.
By the third day, you figured that out. The water,
yes,
the pressure,
water pressure,
a particular location. Okay, because where we stayed in Unde Apartments, you know, it was pretty cool. You know, as far as the water pressure, we had the hot water all the time. You know, and it was So I think it's according to where you are in the city or in the country. Let me pause for a second. Let me address a few comments here. I've been asked a question. Hans Kizi 9413. Did you visit Kilimanjaro, guys? I have. Now, we have visited. That is north. That's northern Tanzania. That's quite a ways. You have to take. We took a flight, but we did visit Kilimanjaro. Beautiful, beautiful site. And something that I would never forget. So we have visited, and we, me and my family, climbed the first level of Kilimanjaro because literally it is massive. It takes about a week to get to the top. You have to be prepared. Wow. But we did climb the first level, which is through the rainforest.
Yeah, I watched that one.
4 hours of climbing. 4 hours, like up, 4 hours.
Yeah.
If you can imagine.
Oh. Let me tell you this. So after I talked to you, I watched you and your husband. You were in Maguru. Say it right. You know, in the mountains.
Morongo. That's where it is. Morongo.
Morongo. So, but not in Kilimanjaro. I'm talking about with Zola.
Oh, you're talking about in Morongoro.
Morogoro. So
Morongoro?
yes, I went to this international grocery store in
Mm-hmm.
Tulsa. It was this guy. He had sugar cane.
Mm-hmm.
He's an African, and so I was behind him, and I said, "Excuse me," I said, "What do you use those for?" He said, "Oh, they're good for UTIs. They're good for to clean, and it's sugar. You just kind of peel it back." I was like,
Right.
"Oh, okay." And I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "Mother girl." And
Oh, he
yeah,
was from Tanzania. Oh,
I had
wow.
just watched
Small
that
world.
day.
Small.
Yeah,
He was in
yeah,
America.
yes, he was in
Wow.
America. Yeah,
Small
yeah,
world.
yeah,
Running to people
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought that was so ironic how I
Yeah.
had ran into him right the day after. It was really funny.
Let's catch another comment. Abiola Raha, Kilimanjaro is both in Kenya and Tanzania. Actually, geographically, Kilimanjaro, all of Kilimanjaro is in Tanzania, the entire mountain.
Mm.
You just get a better view from Kenya. If you're on the Kenyan side, you can see the whole thing. You can see the view because you're not up on it. But if you're in Tanzania, it's too hard to see the whole thing because you're there. But you get the best view from the Kenyan side. But if you check the maps, all of Kilimanjaro is in Tanzania, the country. And Todd Wilson 8059, when was this dear sister in Tanz? May have missed this coming in a bit late. So that was in August, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, so Todd, she was there in August and she left around September-ish.
yes.
Okay. And Sianama, we should plan a group trip. I love me some Tanzania. I do too. And
Yeah.
you have to do that. Golden Heart says you can always get a POS at any bank to your bank in the US. Ah, okay. Good to know. Thank you, sis. And Abiola, she is American. Let's see. Georgetta says she used the ATM when she ran out of money. So we discussed that a while ago.
Yeah.
Use the ATM. The upper tank brings down the pressure to your house. That's from Golden Heart. Exactly. Because that's why
Okay.
it's lifted. It's up. Because
Yeah. Okay.
the flow
Okay.
of gravity is down.
Okay. Okay.
Is it down? Ask if she can speak Amharic. Can you speak Amharic? That is the language of
Amharic. No, I can't.
Ethiopia.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
And actually in Ethiopia, I did the POS. I did the bank to bank. Yeah.
Okay, you did.
So yeah.
Okay. Georgetta, I fly to Kilimanjaro as I was coming into Dar. Next trip, it was beautiful. Yes, it's a beautiful area. It's so peaceful up there. It's beautiful up there. So green and a lot of farmland. Very beautiful. So, we were talking about some of the uncomfortable things now with that. I know the money thing, that situation with not having enough money, making sure
Yeah.
you eat. You got to make sure you can eat and get
Yes.
what you
That's actually how I end up eating the beef skewers, because that day, I promise it was right on time. My neighbor, she came over. Hey, why don't you go with me
Are
and
they
my sister?
brochettes? You know, like in Rwanda, they call them brochettes, something like that. The shish kebabs.
Yeah,
Shish kebabs, they say brochettes. And
they
then
were
some
skewers. She
skewers.
called them skewers. Yeah,
skewers.
like the beef skewers. So
Cute.
she's like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Oh," I said, maybe not tonight. She's like, "No, come." And she said, "My treat." I was like, "Ooh, I get to eat." So, and it was like, it was like $3, but we had them. It had the sauce. Again, you washed your hands.
Right.
It was really cool.
Really cool. Okay. Now, was your plan originally to come back so soon, or were you
No.
planning on staying longer?
So originally I was going to stay a year.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was originally going to stay. I had planned to stay a year. I paid for my apartment I was going to pay for it every 3 months. So I did pay for my apartment 3 months. Because then I said, well, let me go for 3 months.
Okay.
And that's when I talked to you. Okay. Oh, sorry. That's when I had talked to you and about the teaching the English and things like that.
English. Okay.
I started experiencing issues with the internet. It was like I got the phone. I paid for a Tanzanian phone. I had my iPhone, which I always kept because in the Airbnb when I went out, because I had like a locator for my family and friends to find me. So I put it on the Tanzanian phone. Like sometimes the internet just would not work, and
Mm-hmm.
It was different from the electricity. You know how here, when we start the electricity, I did
Mm-hmm.
not have electricity probably for about an hour and a half every day. Every day.
Oh, okay.
Every
It
day.
started to become very frequent. So when we were there, it was like here and there, once or twice a week. And then so it started. So this is probably right before the current situation of what happened. Now, I'm
Yes.
told that things are back to normal now,
Yes.
but around the time of the election. So you left before that took place. But the
Yeah.
internet had already started to
It had already started.
it was like, okay. All
So
right.
so so in the video that I had sent you when I was like I couldn't sleep because they were welding,
Okay.
people started putting up these welding doors,
Welded
the welded doors, like
doors.
yeah, like to cover. You already had a welded door over your house door, but they were
Right.
covering up like the part to get even to their door. I was like, that's strange.
Oh.
And I was down the street from um the US embassy and the UAE embassy.
Mhm.
Probably about 3 days before I left, I seen like a whole caravan. Like it was like it wasn't a limo, it wasn't a it's like some name brand car, but they had police
Uh-huh.
and they had police, two police cars, then it was like maybe the somebody's car.
Uh-huh.
And then right behind it was like four or five of the UNICEF trucks. I was like, that's
Okay.
strange.
Okay.
And then because over in the area where I was,
Uh-huh.
the other person that lived over there.
Right.
So it was the things I was starting to see now. I watched Hotel Rwanda years ago.
Mhm.
It kind of it just wasn't feeling right.
Okay.
You could feel it in the atmosphere.
Okay. So
Um,
something's starting to change.
Something was changing, and at um,
This
the
is
Saudi.
this September?
This is the end. Yes, this is the end.
Going
This is like probably about
September?
August 30th. This is probably about the end of August.
Okay.
So when I walked down, because I would go past to get the chapati past
Uh-huh.
the Saudi and the UAE embassy.
Uh-huh.
When I first got there, at the beginning of the month, they were just one, maybe two armed guards. The
Mhm.
Saudis then put like four people on each side of the gate. Like by the time I got ready to leave, people were beefing up their
Things were
security.
changing. Definitely
Yes,
things
things were
were
changing.
security. You saw
You
security
could.
changing. Got it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, another strange thing that I saw was, well, I won't call it strange. No, shout out to
Mhm.
anyone watching before I make this statement.
Mhm.
But I did see like a lot of interracial couples, like the Chinese and the Tanzanians.
Mhm.
Because I had heard about like the land issues and the marrying. I did see a lot of that.
Mhm.
But not around like it was like more like in the city mall downtown.
Uh-huh.
Because I did catch a boda. No, I caught a bajaji over
Mm.
there to the mall, and
Is
it
it
was really
Imlamani Mall? Imlamani?
it was the
Not
city.
all the way down to. Oh, it's a different one. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and I was like, oh, it's not bad over here. The roads are really good. It's like a lot of high rises,
Maybe
beautiful build.
Msasani or Masaki. Msasani, maybe. Might have been
Msasani, because
somewhere over
yeah.
there. Uh-huh.
Um, so and it was like a school there, a school over there. But I did see that. I did see that happening. And I'm not sure if I could talk to you about like the about like people um trying to get the land and stuff like that.
You hear stories about that.
Yeah,
People doing things just to get things. I get.
yeah,
Yeah.
just to get yeah, kind of like what happened here, so
Mhm. Right.
yeah.
Wow. Interesting. But it looks like you left right in time before things really
Yes,
got out of hand.
yes, and
But
I
I
knew I
appreciate.
wasn't tripping.
Yeah, and I'm glad that, however, that everybody that we have met,
Yeah,
whether they're American or Tanzanian, everybody that we know and love
yes,
and are concerned about are actually safe, and everybody's safe.
yeah,
and I think things are back to normal as of
Yeah.
now. So that's good.
Yeah, I
And,
talked to one of the ladies that had did my hair.
okay.
She's fine. She's
Okay.
fine. But the place where they were, the salon, at Kidu's Dreadlocks, it
Okay.
I guess it suffered some damage, and it they had some issues over there.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Let's look at this comment here. Georgetta Pinnick, 418, say, yes, I had the same issues with the lights when I was there from April to June. I was prepared with my solar lights. Okay, I got to start
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
you.
I had a solar light too.
Solar lights. Yes. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Thank you for sharing that. And definitely, is there anything you thought you wish you would have known prior to your trip, or you think you were pretty prepared?
Um,
Wish you had known.
so definitely just the distance. I wish, because I wouldn't have spent that money, you know. I could have used it more wisely, maybe. And
Oh,
it was
'cause
my
you
first.
didn't. You didn't. Okay, so you were going to be in Sala Sala area first.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay, so you ended
Yeah.
up staying downtown.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay, good. So that's
mhm.
what we're talking about. All
Yeah.
right. So she
Because
didn't stay in the original. Her original plan was to stay in Sala Sala.
yeah,
Okay.
and I didn't
How?
realize how far it was out, and this is my first time there, so I want to get out and explore. I don't want to just stay in one pocket.
Uh huh.
Um, I want to get out and see things, and I was getting prices. I know they call it chopping prices in Ghana, but they were chopping those prices on those boats. I was like, why am I on the boat? And they said you need to catch another one. And I'm in it. They said it was canceled because they may say, oh, we'll charge you 7,000 shillings to get there. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I got a few dings over a few times. This is when I was staying in Sala Sala, just going back to Dar es Salaam.
Uh huh.
And so when I get there, they say, oh, it's 15,000 shillings. And I'm standing there. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because
Oh,
it's 7,000. Look at my phone. I was like,
because you paid
so
already,
by
right?
the third time I did that, I said, I see what y'all doing. Y'all canceling this. And then the third time, it was a hot mess because now I'm in the city and it's dark. And I went out to get a burger from Craze.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught a bolt there, and then I came back on a Bajaji, and the guy he had chopped the price on me. So I found myself arguing, and it wasn't about the money, it was the principle. Like, I see
Right.
what you're doing. Because I would
Yeah.
have gave him a $2 tip, or
Right.
a tip,
A lot.
2,000
Right.
shilling tip.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, do you understand how much money DC is? He was basically telling me it's okay. Cause like it's just $1 in my country. He's like,
Right.
and then I said, it's dark out. I said, let me look around because I had him pick me up at like the Gotti shop, not at my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Come to find out, I was like, yeah, this is not smart arguing with him in the dark, and it's just land out here. Let me just go ahead and let him. I said, you know what? You go ahead. You go ahead and you have that. I was very
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah. Now, one thing I have to say is that I do believe, and we do believe in tipping.
Yes.
However, let's be fair. You know what I'm saying? I know that some people, most, that you run into people who are honest. Just like anywhere in the world, you're gonna find people who are dishonest, people who are honest, even in America. But like
Mhm.
when you're price gouging, that puts a
Yeah. That
taste
I
in my
didn't
mouth.
like
I don't
that.
like that because even when you're talking about the money, currency is different. It is totally different, and
Mhm.
it goes a farther in Tanzania. It does. Our money goes farther, and so like I just be honest, and people will
Yeah.
always give you more. If people just be
Yeah.
honest.
I'm
And
sorry.
that's not just there. That's in a lot of places.
Can
I've
I
seen it.
grab my I just need to grab my cord. I am so sorry. I picked the wrong cord. Just
No
2 seconds.
problem. I'm gonna
It's so ghetto. I
share
know.
some.
Sorry. Nobody
Come on,
talk
you
about
can
me
go
in
ahead
the
and get it, and
studio.
I'm gonna talk real quick.
Okay.
And we're gonna ask her this question from Grateful 584. She's gotta make sure she's able to stay on her computer without it shutting down. And we'll come back to that comment. Thank you, all of you who are tuned in. Sianama says, I was told there are usually problems during elections when I traveled there. I think, Sianama, that happens in a lot of places, not just Tanzania. So, in a lot of different countries all over the world, there's issues around election time. Like we went to Madagascar. They recently had a situation there as well. If you look that up, that was all over the news. Madagascar. I've been to Nepal in Asia, and they had the same thing happening. I think it was going on in Morocco. Is just so many places where things are happening because of elections right now around the world. So definitely you have to get information from people to find out. Like Belushi said last time when he was on here, my husband, he was saying to someone to make sure you get information on when is the election, what's happening, around the time that you're traveling, so you know what's up and you can make that decision. Whether you want to go or wait till another time. And let me see. Okay, this is the comment earlier. Grateful 1584. Did she return because of the election? They want to know that. She wants to know.
No, I could just kind of tell some things were getting different. Like I said, I lived in an area where there's a lot of U.S. embassies. Previous people had lived in that area, so it was like a nice area, but you did see like a lot of the UNICEF. Like I said, the UNICEF started beefing up, which was really weird. I noticed was more armed guards at the embassies there.
Okay.
The internet, my internet did not work. I promise you, they were turning off that internet, and wow. I wasn't. I like now to see what I see now. Because before I left, the person that's in office, they were preparing to come down, and so it's really funny because they just swept all the trash. That's another thing that was interesting. It's such a beautiful country, but it's a lot of litter. But they kind of swept it off of the sidewalk, and everybody, it was like every 5 feet was an officer, like for miles, then maybe like every mile, it was like a little Toyota truck with people with a different level of police officers with their machine guns waiting,
So it sounds like it was like, people were prepping for something, and you just, when you get that inkling or that feeling of, okay, I don't know if I should stick around right now. Let me move out of the way. So I think that's probably, that's the best decision, to move out of the way and see what's, and then come back another time.
But I do want to address, like when you were saying about the price, that was like another just something that I didn't like, because we can't change prices on people when they come here. When you go to the store, it is what it is. That's the price. I think that people look at foreigners, people coming from America or Europe or Canada or whatever. Everybody has money. Well, not everybody has a lot of money to be, price gouge,
right.
Some people are just probably living how you guys are living, and how the people in Tanzania are living.
Now I like that point you just made, because a lot of people do not understand that even though you think Americans have a lot of money, the currency is different. You come home, that money does not stretch.
No.
You're coming there with money you saved up for vacation. A lot of people. You're not coming there with loads of money like you're a millionaire. A lot of people that come there are not millionaires. They're coming there with money that they have put aside, that they were able to put aside in order to enjoy their vacation or to be there as long as they want to be. Right? It's not you coming there like we're not. It's not the bank. You're not the bank. You got to come back home. People got to
come back home and fight these prices
and gas and oh my goodness, car insurance, car payment. Like people think that you are the bank, and that is not the case. You are coming to enjoy yourself and to explore. You're coming there to be the bank. You can't be the bank. You come home and you don't have lights, so you can't pay your own bills. That's totally different. What we pay over here is totally different from what we pay in other places. So
that's something that I always keep in the back of my head, like when I'm interacting with them in my country. You know, although I may not be able to change the prices, or I may see somebody, I've done it before when I may have gotten paid a price and the next person got paid that they paid me $10, they paid them $7. I said, oh no, you can't do them like that. And yeah, next time I'm gonna shut up, because maybe they understand, you know, where they're spending their money at. You know, they're spending their money, you know, for sending it back home, or their economy. I'm staying completely out of that, because that wasn't cool.
What?
Just like I'm saying, like the changing the prices, price gouging, things like that.
Yeah. Because and then somebody said, okay, I was saying this last week, it's happening everywhere. Just be vigilant, understanding the current political environment. That is very true. Thank you for that, Coco Love. And let's see. We are very privileged because we can visit their country. Sianama, I kind of disagree. I don't think it's privilege. I think that anybody could
make a choice and make a decision to go.
A choice. You could be somewhere else. You don't have to be in any particular place. You can make a choice to be where you want to be. I don't think it's a privilege, you know, or we are very privileged. No. Even in America, you have people that take vacations in the country. You know, people go to Florida, people go to different places. That's just what they have to decompress and enjoy themselves. You can't just work, no play. You know, so I think that people make a conscious decision to take a break. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I went to Nepal. You know, I didn't even share that. You know, that was in Asia. It was absolutely stunningly beautiful. I cried days. I got a chance to see Mount Everest, which is the highest point on Mother Earth. And for me, mind-boggling, just because I got to see God's creation. I got to see Mount Everest. Are you kidding me? With my own eyes, I flew over it. I took a special flight to see it. And it's so very, very beautiful. And that was in Asia. And just to be able to experience that, you owe that to yourself. There's nothing wrong with going anywhere. Anywhere in the world. Go anywhere. You can go to Australia. I have friends that have been to Antarctica. You know, you can go where you want to go. And I think that if you work hard, you have the right to play hard. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not going to play the pity party. We're not going to be doing that. You have the right to be where you want to be. Okay. If you work hard, you work hard.
Another thing that
much respect, sis, much respect.
Just going there, when I was flying, doing the initial travel to Dar es Salaam, something else that was really surreal was flying over. I flew over Kuwait. I flew over Afghanistan. I flew over Baghdad. Just to see, I've never seen it not smoke, you know, over our news here. That's all we see is war devastating skylines and but just to see that and then when I looked out, it was so peaceful and so surreal because the stars just going over there. And then when I got to Ethiopia, it was like I could just roll down the window on the airplane. You could just grab one out of the sky. It was millions of stars. Beautiful. It was so beautiful. That's something that. And then when I was going, I got to witness half of the earth still light and then dark, coming out of the darkness and going into the light. That was like really crazy just to see how it was like light just about 15 minutes ago now, or dark 15 minutes ago. Now it's light.
Nature is beautiful.
I'm trying to tell you that it's like,
Yes. Hassan Irby says, before I went to Egypt, I saved up money for a year. Yes, Hassan. Exactly. And a lot of people are in that situation. It's not that you have money to throw in the wind. That's just not how people live. People have this misconception that because you're from the West, you have a lot of money. No, you might have a lot of money, but it doesn't go far when you're home, you know.
And I think that
you got big pockets if you away, but when you go back home, your pockets are not that big.
No.
Let's be real with that. And we're not going around to say we're not going places to save people. That is not our job. That's God's job. That's not our job. You know, so any uncomfortable situation like this sister, she moved herself out of the way. She has
Yeah.
the right to do that.
Yeah.
She's a single female and she's by herself, traveling by herself. So definitely, and definitely thank you for that comment, Hassan. And I think a lot of people are in that same situation. We save up to travel. We're not
Mhm.
coming out
Mhm.
with $100,000
Mhm.
a month or $1 million. Most people are not like that.
And I did a lot of research before I left.
Shout out to Taharka 3897 for the super chat. She says America January 6th. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that. Thank you Taharka for the super chat. And then Coco Love, yes, right. Definitely not
Not
privileged.
privileged. Yeah.
Some people cannot afford to travel abroad. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Some people can't. People are working their butts off here. We
Yeah.
back home. We are
Yeah.
seeing it. People are
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
Some people have 2 and 3 hustles.
Yeah.
Main
Yeah.
job and 2 or 3 hustles.
Yeah.
This is what's really
Yeah.
going on the ground
Yeah.
in the West. So
Yeah.
we can't come here talk about, looking at
Yeah.
people's pockets because that's not
Yeah.
where it's at. People are
Yeah.
working their butts
Yeah.
off. And hey y'all, shalom. Facing East 7956. Shout out to you. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to you, Bennett One in Only. And then not with so many America on government assistance. Fortunate to have basic necessity, yes, but definitely not more privileged, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I talked to you, like I said that last night. I said, I said it's just a blessing just to be born here. No shout and no shade to anybody's country, but we do have it written into our federal system that if somebody can't feed themselves, we have food stamps, which are I'm not even sure if they're back on, but we have medical
I don't
assistance.
think so. People are like tripping.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not the people that you think that are on it.
Right. Right.
A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
We know people on the inside.
Right.
There are
Right.
the people that you
Right.
think are on it. The
Yeah.
mass majority is
Yeah.
not who you
Yeah.
think is on it,
Yeah.
baby. It will shock you who is really
Yes.
on it the most. And it's not us. It's not us.
And as soon as the lobbyists have had enough of their stores taking a hit, they will be like, hey, we didn't vote you in the office to be put a 30% dent in our monthly budget, taking away this
other
money.
people. Yes.
Yes, turn that back on immediately.
Hassan Irby, if we are privileged, it's because the sacrifices our forefathers have made. There is no privileges without sacrifices, blood and sweat. Thank you.
Yeah.
100 on that one. Thank you. And Georgetta, the cost of living in Tanzania is a lot cheaper than in the US. Of course, the currency is totally different.
Okay, I'm glad she said that because I was trying to figure out where I was going to put that in at. We see everybody saying that, you can live like this, $400, or you can live $500 for this luxury apartment. We see all these things. However, you could do that right here in America. Stop living by social media standard. Stop living by overinflated self of wanting to live bigger and larger than you are, because you can live very comfortably. You can live save your money up, make better choices and decisions, and you can live right here in America for $400 or $500. Now, it may be hard. You may be living in the hood, but it's
might not be where you want to be.
It may not be where you want to be. However,
do it.
Yes, you can. The cost of living is different there.
It's different.
But that is different, because if you don't pay attention, other things, your groceries, things like that, you're even getting data on the phone, can charge up. You'll be paying American prices because they're going to change the prices on you.
The prices were going up, so you have to be careful also with that.
Yeah.
Prices are increasing a little bit. And thank you for that comment. And Coco Love, I miss seeing stars. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, see, we have light noise now. In light noise, there's just so many lights everywhere in the cities and whatnot. So it's everywhere. But yes, that's why I love being from the countryside. I was born and raised on a farm. We still do it. Me and my siblings go and chill, sit in the yard when it's dark, talk and chop it up and enjoy the stars. It's beautiful. And hello, Queen Nomad, enjoying this interview. It's a blessing to see this beautiful planet. It is.
It is.
Thank you, for that.
It is.
Thank you.
I don't see, just in traveling back, we could say to the motherland, to the cradle of civilization. Just at the end of the day, it was just, first of all, it was such a blessing just to go. I went to sleep, I took something to go to sleep on that ride there. Um, and just being there was surreal, and just seeing the people. And when I was leaving Zanzibar,
Mhm. One of my
I
favorite
did
places.
I did see Prisoner Island, and then I got sick on the way back because those
Mhm.
currents going are different from the
Yes.
currents coming back.
Mhm.
And it was moving, it was tossing, the boat.
Mhm.
So I thought about the people that may have been taken from there, just being down there crammed in, sick, is. But it's also interesting just to see, it was like so many different shades of blue in the water, like, the different levels. Like you may think that it's really deep, but it may be a shallow part because it's really light. It's God is so amazing, and everything is put together just for you to go see and
Yes,
enjoy,
and
and
there's
give Him
nothing
glory.
wrong with
It
that,
is.
right?
It
Because I know
is.
some people are like, "Why?" They always say, "Why'd you leave Africa?" I have family in America. My
Yeah.
daughter's here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're about to be grandparents.
Yeah.
Parents are
Wow.
getting older.
Congratulations.
My husband's parents are getting older.
Yeah.
My nephews and nieces are growing up before my eyes. I'm missing all of this. And
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a season where we
Yeah.
just need to be here now. And we're still the nomads, we're still
Yeah.
travelers, and we're
Yeah.
going to be going around the US. There's so many beautiful
It
places
is.
people don't
It
get a
is.
chance to see,
Yeah.
so many beautiful places. Facing E7956 said it could be said that it's a privilege for people to come here to the States. I mean, some people and through travels, I'm gonna be honest. Most places I have visited with my family and alone, people would say, "Oh, why did you leave America?" They look at me like I'm crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm traveling. I'm a
Yeah.
traveler. I can
Yeah.
visit places.
Yeah.
And some people, it's their dream. I'm
Mhm.
serious. It's their dream,
Mhm.
regardless of what's going on. It's their dream
Mhm.
to visit America.
Mhm.
For whatever reason,
Mhm.
and they're still coming. And Bennett one and only, and great point. I'm not anybody's savior. I
Yeah.
can help you. I'm a nice person. I will
Yeah.
help anyone that I
Yeah.
come across that has a good vibe. And I think
Mhm.
that I am, the creator is like, okay, help this person or do this or do
Yeah.
that. Of course I'll do that. But me trying to save a planet or a
Yeah.
country, that is not my
Yeah.
job. you know
Yeah.
so
I used to think that, okay, so
thank you for that.
that's a
Mhm.
great point. Um, I used to think, like, when I see like people suffering, through the pictures I learned, that you could see a devastating picture, and it can be set up that way, or it really
Mm.
could be. Um, but it's such, when I first arrived to Zanzibar, I mean
Mhm.
Tanzania,
Mhm.
like, here, I would say, no one come for me, please. It's like a capitalistic racist capitalistic system that we have here in
Mhm.
America. Over there, what's going on in Africa is
Mhm.
so old, and it's like an imperialistic theft. Like, you just see, because there's no way, when I look out and I see 50, 25 cargo ships, and I'm excited, oh God, what are you guys exporting? My neighbor says, we don't export anything.
Yes, they do.
Tanzanite?
Well, not that. There are other things that they export. They have exports. They do export.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, okay.
as far as that, I don't know about minerals and stuff,
So,
but I know that um, there's certain things put in place to protect the interest of the country. I'll say
yes,
there's certain
right.
things I don't go into with government, but there's certain things put in place to protect the interests of the people and the country. But they do
Right.
export things. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, so
Like
she was saying
spices. They used to be the Zanzibar was the spice capital of
spice
the world.
items.
It used to
Yeah.
be the spice
Yeah.
capital of the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she gave me the wrong information, but she did say that, like, something had to be written because the Tanzanians had to have some sort of special legislation written to where they had to at least touch the raw Tanzanite and get money off of it being touched before it was exported, because
And
people
they
would
should.
go and take it and then bring it back and sell it to them, or bring it back to their country, and then they're selling
Exactly.
it for exorbitant prices
Exactly.
to them. So,
And they should.
yeah.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But
I'm
another thing that
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
thought was crazy was the enormous price to mail things there. Like, why is it so expensive?
Yeah. And
Like, you can mail a
shipping,
fingernail back home, and it's $100.
it's a
So,
lot. Even here, yeah, shipping has gone up. Even ever since COVID, I think shipping things, sending things worldwide is just like, whoa.
yeah.
Anybody in in import export, that's a good business.
Yeah.
And I want to shout out Coco Love. Thank you, Coco Love, for the super chat. She said, "Great interview, ladies. Thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated." Biznessa says, "Say that, Queen. You don't have to be rich, just willing and good planning." That's right. So I don't like that when we travel to anybody from like the Western countries, when you travel to Africa mainly, then there's this thing where, oh, why aren't they doing X, Y, and Z? Well, maybe that's not their intention. Maybe they just want to travel with their families and to explore. Just like when people travel to Paris, France. Do you get any comments? Complaints? No. People go to Europe. No complaints. They go to Asia, no complaints. So we got to stop doing that. That's not everybody's intention. Some people just enjoy traveling and seeing this beautiful planet, which is rightfully so. You can do that. You're right. That is your right.
I'm not sure if the Lord is going to ask me any questions, but I had a whole thing in my head. When I got to heaven, he's going to ask me, and I'm going to be able to tell him, Lord, I seen all the zebra. I seen the stars in Ethiopia, and just going. Oh my gosh, the altitude in Ethiopia is real, but I was able to power through it. Man, Ethiopia is so beautiful, and
it is.
I'm just so thankful and grateful just to have had the space and time in my life to go and do that.
Yes, awesome. So let me ask you: is this visit, right? This is your first time. By the way, people were just tuning in. This is her first time, and this is on the continent, right?
Yes.
Okay. Has this trip changed you or your perspective on travel or life in general? How has this affected you? This trip?
So I have 3 different answers to that. So first of all,
and let me plug a little something else. And the way that you see Africa, this is your first country. There's so many more.
Yeah,
all wonderful and have their own.
Go and see for yourself. It's not everything that's put on the news. There are good people. It is. I didn't have any. I know people have some issues traveling. I researched the culture. It's a predominantly Muslim place. I dress conservative pretty much anyway. Dress culturally appropriate. You don't have to do what you want to do, but definitely there's no place like home. That's what I'll say. I was very happy to get back to the United States. And not to say that I won't ever go back to Africa, because I do plan on going all over Africa, and South America. There's no place right now, like for me being an American, it was really, I was so happy when we crossed over to that threshold and got back in America. I didn't know what to do.
Wow.
but it's, you can't take somebody else's word, and everybody has different standards of living.
Right.
Everything is not for everybody.
There you go. That's perfect right there. Everything is not for everybody.
Yeah. And some people get, like, I won't say I'm a loner, but I can travel. Like, I move all over the United States by myself. So this didn't make me uncomfortable to travel abroad by myself. Just the money situation, because I didn't want to be over there doing those strange things for no change.
Now wait now.
I go, ooh, Lord, I don't know how this gonna work out, Jesus. I only bought a one-way ticket. I didn't buy a round trip. I bought a one-way ticket. I was gonna figure it out. I wasn't gonna figure it out. I had a plan.
So you were definitely planning. You had a plan. You were gonna stay for a year. Wow.
Yeah.
So I hope there's another opportunity that presents itself, and you can go back and enjoy yourself some more. Maybe travel different parts of the country. That is a huge country. Tanzania is massive. You got the northern region where there's a big expat community up there from people from America and different parts of the West who are up there in Arusha.
Arusha, yeah.
We've been up there.
I was actually going to take. I was actually going to take the bus one day
that's a long one.
yeah. I was trying to save my money. So I'll try there or Kilimanjaro. Because my neighbor, she is from Kilimanjaro. So I'll try either Arusha or that. But I also want to try different parts of Africa. I really want to go to Rwanda, Kigali. And I heard it's the cleanest place in Africa. They take a whole day off. Everybody gets out and cleans. So I was like, I want to try that. They have some issues right now. They have issues going on over there.
Yeah. So, and then we have to be abreast on, like somebody said earlier, on what's happening on the ground before you go do. That's why it's good to do research and have these consultations. Just for fun. We want to make sure you're well informed.
Yeah, you're aware.
And what do you think? Just give me your honest opinion on the consultation that you had with me prior to going. How would you say that you were prepared, or if not, for certain things?
Oh, you answered every question for me. Basically, the area, what it was like, healthcare, getting in there. I kind of forgot the visa situation when I got on there because I was a little bit overwhelmed when I hit the ground.
Okay.
But as far as like working online and doing things like that. One thing that I wish I would have knew was like the apartments and everything look really good and all that, like show the whole grounds, like the whole court. But I think it's done, for a reason. But like I got so much information from talking to you because it turned into a whole different other conversation.
It was awesome. I love having good conversations. Awesome.
Yeah, but I definitely, I want to tell anybody on here watching, definitely book a consultation with them. They're going to tell you the real. And it is, you may not think that, that's $100. Well, first of all, they're doing the research, not just you're getting their experience, which is their opinion, but they're going to give you your basics because if you can meet your basics, whether it's your food, you happen to make a living, where you're going to live, your healthcare, you want somebody over there that already knows about those things that can give you different options than you just going over there trying to thug it out because you are in a whole different system. I can pick up and move from Tulsa to Portland and to Portland to Idaho. We're still in the same system. It is not. We don't know that. I don't know that system over there. It's a whole different ball game, literally.
It is. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dawn.
It's definitely worth it. And then when you do your research, do your research on people that are not just trying to do a YouTube channel just to, clickbait. I don't do all that. Just give me the straight, give me your honest opinion because everybody also has to make their own decision. That's why I said not everything is for everybody. Just because you see people pack it up and move in and going and live in these luxury apartments or living an outback life, doing walkabouts like the Australians, that may not be for you. It may just be good entertainment watching somebody else do it, live vicariously through YouTube on their adventure. But definitely, do your research. And I know I heard a lot of people say, know your why, and got really super deep with it. You should know why you're doing everything, but don't sit there and like, oh my God, why, making it super deep,
Yeah, yeah.
That's just gonna take,
And
that's
not,
just gonna be,
yeah, I get it. And not to toot my own horn, but it's like I've been to many places,
yeah, yeah,
like probably 20 countries, so, and not all of them are in Africa, but we've been to quite a few places. And our first time visiting Tanzania was in 2016. A lot of people don't know
wow,
that. We run the channel back. We have so
wow,
many videos
yeah,
on
yeah,
2016. And there's
yeah,
been such a big change since then. We've seen so many changes, and we've been back and forth since then, many different trips. Tanzania is one of our favorite countries or places to visit. And so we've seen a lot of changes, and we, try to stay informed and stay abreast of what's happening in these places, So definitely I appreciate that you, got the consultation with me, and then you felt prepared. Thank you so much. Just to back up a little bit before we go to our final comments, I don't want to hold you guys too long. We were talking about, what was it? Okay, here's Hassan Kirby. He said grocery prices are insane. I spend $350 on groceries a week. It's just me and my son and I. And that's here in the US. That's a lot, So
and
times
then,
times four. That's what I'm saying. People don't
yeah,
understand the bills that we pay.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
you come here looking at me like, oh, why you ain't start a business?
yeah,
When are you gonna donate some of that capital?
yeah, yes,
For the
yeah,
business? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
People are
yeah,
paying serious bills here.
yeah.
Thank you for that, Hassan. People in Morocco thought I was nuts to live in Morocco instead of the United States. So yeah, they do see it differently, and that's
Yeah,
Northern Africa, by the way. That's
yeah,
Northern Africa.
yeah.
So even there, they, it's a dream for people to come to the States. They still in the midst of everything, and it's still our country. Home is home.
So now, I do
Thank
want to say
you.
this.
Shout out to you. Thank you, Business, for the cash app. Go ahead. Sorry, sis.
While we're talking about this, so another thing is that it didn't seem strange because most foreigners, when they come here, they live together. We think, oh, they stick together. They stick together. Yes, they stick together, but they're also coming and moving into. They're bringing their culture, their ideals, their identity into our system, and they're living in a home all together because that's what they were doing in their own country. So especially people who look like us, we always say, oh, they stick together. They're sticking together and they're living together because that's what they do in their own country. And
Yeah.
they come here and they're learning. It may be one person out of a house of 12 that only speaks the language, so they're learning, and they're learning together like they would be doing if they were in their country, because things are a little bit more restrictive. It's not a lot of opportunities, and
Yeah.
I would think that people come here particularly for the opportunity to make a living and send their money back home. We see it every day. And also we do make it easy for people to come and not build relationships with the people in the country before they buy a house, before they buy land, before they
Now
open
that's
a
a
business.
point right there. I
They
like
don't have to.
Uh-huh.
When I was in Tanzania, all the Chinese had Tanzanians with them because they could not. It was written into their legislation to protect the people over there and their interest. You could not go over there and buy land. You couldn't go buy a house. You cannot start a business without 85% being owned by a Tanzanian.
Has to be
Here in America, this great country of America, we do not do that. Anybody has free enterprise and can come over here and do anything. And then they they may be dumping trash and roasting pigs in their front yard in whatever country. They come in on our blocks, predominantly the Black neighborhoods where there's no HOAs, and they do those things. And so that's how they get to bring stores and live for so long in the country, because
that's interesting. I don't want to cut you off, but that's interesting. I like what you said about people not forming relationships.
Yeah.
So we try to form relationships wherever we go. That's just how we are naturally. And then people come to America
and don't care about forming no relationship with you.
Not reciprocal.
None.
So people avoid that question.
Yeah.
Why do we try to form? And it's
Yeah,
just
they have access to everything. They can come over here. Most of them, and I'm nobody that's a refugee or anything like that. Please don't get upset. I'm not coming for anybody, but a
Mhm.
lot of them come over here. If they do come over here using the guise of coming through as a refugee, because they can come through and get Medicaid, they can come through and get food stamps, they can come through and get Section 8. And then on top of that, women that are here married, they can't get these things if they're married. Well, they don't.
No, you can't. Listen, I'm saying, if you
America,
married, food stamps don't does not exist in your
America
house.
doesn't.
No,
America
ma'am,
doesn't
sir.
know. Yeah, America doesn't know if you're and doesn't care if you're married in Zamunda. You show up with your children and you get to get food stamps, this, and that, or Maria. People come across that South American and that Mexican border. Their husband be out working. They'll have WIC. They'll have food stamps. They'll have Section 8. They'll have medical, and their husband be out working $50 an hour on the construction site. We'll do that and get caught and go to jail.
Right.
So.
And how does she know that? We know people on the inside. I'm just going to leave it right there. We can't give up information like that, but we know people on the inside that is letting us know exactly what's going on. So we don't have to question anything. These are facts. There are people coming, and I was told getting massive loans.
Yes.
That are not even from here and don't even have green cards.
Yes.
Now that's a shocker. For another day. But yes, that's happening on our soil. So for people to tell me what's not happening, what's happening, no. The system is rigged. Yes.
Yeah, it's a certain group of people. I don't even see why they here anymore, because all the money that they receive, they could just.
Girl,
I would have left.
It's
Let
shocking.
me not. I'd have left.
Shocking.
And
people don't even know it. They think that people are not doing. No.
Yes, they are.
No,
yes, they are.
They're getting
yes, they are.
big bucks. Big bucks to
yes,
start businesses and all kinds of things. All kinds of goodies.
Yes, they are.
Yes, ma'am, sir. You look at go to neighborhoods and look at the storefronts. That's all I'm gonna say. Go look at it. Pay attention to the storefronts.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
And speaking of the storefronts, I think it's a good segue to say that I think it's so interesting how these 7-Elevens and these Asian-owned corner stores and the mid-Ks, they're in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Go somebody else's neighborhood.
And these individuals are not coming over here with massive amounts of money. They get them when they come here. They're not coming here with
because they know to get. If you can get your basic human needs met, medical, food, housing, vouchers, WIC, and your husband works
other places all over the globe. Oh yes. Yes.
Like I said, it's no place like America. None. I was happy to be back home.
Kung Fu Fanta. Okay, but Nessa, there's no place like home. I love my country. Me too. It's great to travel. Absolutely. Yeah. And Kung Fu Fanta. What is your point? You said 7-Eleven is a franchise, and like McDonald's is a franchise too. Yeah. Wendy's is as well. What's the point? Like I said, I know somebody on the inside who are signing off on these loans. People are getting that are coming into this country.
Yes,
not
for
even
a business. Yeah, for a business. And if it was in another
order
country,
to buy that 7-Eleven, you ain't coming here with that.
Yep. No ID, temporary ID, no social security card.
Oh.
Let me go
over
it.
These same people that made something up. These people who are working in the inside.
When I went to the U.S. Embassy, now see if the roles were reversed and they was here in America, they'd have had some sort of voucher for me. If I was coming from Africa as an African here, I'd have had. I can't send myself any money out. Oh, we have emergency $1,200. Do you need a place to live? We got some food. Do you have any little kids? Because we have childcare, we have health care, we have the Healthy Start. We can put them in school and give them education. Honey, if you don't have no money over in Tanzania past the 3rd grade, which equivalents like our $4 a month, a lot of people are not getting a good education. And that's just our basic education.
Mm-hmm.
And then one more thing because I don't want to go on a rant, is that people come here and learn a language for free. They learn a language for free. we don't get taught in our neighborhoods. We don't get taught another language for free. I mean, now, you know, you have the dual languages, Spanish and stuff like that, but that the,
Mhm.
the children are not learning, you know. So, you know, people say things about America, and then just my experience of just going there, and it doesn't take anything away from the people. The people, I didn't meet any, even the people who were hustling, trying to hustle me. I run into them every day
Yeah, that's
in
here too.
America. That's just who they
That's
are.
here too.
Yeah. But I didn't meet any malicious person in Tanzania. The people were very nice, very kind. And they asked me
Mhm.
too, why are you here? Why are you here? Because I
Wow.
want to see the world. You know, I want to
Yeah.
see, you know, I want to travel, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, people get real, you know, get away from the fluff on the internet, the black expat thing. Yeah, it's really cool. But you know, get real, get a consultation. And I
Mhm.
won't even say know your whys, because you know why you coming. You ain't got to
You
write
know
it
why.
down.
Your
Yeah, don't
why
make
is
it
your
super
why.
deep. Yeah,
Your
don't make
why is for you.
yeah, your why, yeah, it's for you. Don't make it super deep. You know, like when I was trying to transition, trying to figure out how it's gonna make my life more comfortable in Africa. Well, I have long hair. I started locking it up, and I went through like, well, I don't know if I want to do this because my hair is tied. My identity at that time was wrapped up in the long, me and my hair being long. But I was like, I can't be running over there looking like Tina Turner after I beat her with the boot in the limo. I got to do something with this hair, you
Yeah.
know. And realistically, you know, I was thinking about break. That was going to add up, so
Mhm.
locked up my hair.
Last comment from Kung Fu Fanta before we move forward. I don't want to hold you here all night, guys. He says they have had those loans since the 70s after they get legal in the country, not before. That is during the time when all those boats coming in with refugees from Vietnam. What?
No,
Not true.
yeah, no,
Again, we got people on the inside, and
yeah,
there are people getting
yeah.
during COVID.
No,
Oh no, sir!
they're not. No,
Millions
they're
of
not
dollars
all legal.
got
Yeah,
given away.
yeah,
No, sir.
billions.
Miss me with that one.
Yeah,
No, you don't have to be legal. No, that's a
yeah,
lie.
yeah,
That was not
yeah,
happening. That's
yeah,
what's supposed to happen. That's
yeah,
not. That is
yeah,
was not happening.
yeah,
Um and yeah, please
yeah,
don't be blinded by what you think you hear on the news, because all that
yeah,
stuff is not true.
yeah.
Um
Well, thank you.
but yeah, I don't want to keep everybody here all night. This is fantastic. We can be
Yeah.
here for a lot longer, but I'm going to ask you, what would you say to anyone or someone who was on the fence or thinking about traveling to the continent or to Tanzania in specifically for the first time? What
Let's
advice would
see.
you give them?
First of all, get a consultation. You know, and just go ahead and pay for a consultation. You can spend all the time you want making a plan, making a plan to go talk to somebody already over on the ground. And a lot of times people say come first. Well, a lot of times people don't have the money. I know I didn't have the money to go there first and stay and then come back and then go back. I didn't have that. So
Mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm,
adventurous. I can do it.
mm-hmm.
But I need to have somebody, hey, what am I going to do for a job? What am I going to do? Where am I going to live? How am I going to
Right.
do my health care? And
Gotta have a
then
plan.
and then plan for the unexpected, because you are going into another system,
Yes, you
a
are.
system that is, I mean,
It's different.
it's yeah, yeah,
It's different. Every place I have visited, it's different.
it's
You
different.
know, even when I lived in Dubai, that is different. That is totally different from what
And,
we have here. Totally different.
and then
Yeah.
also, you know, it's different, not just physically but spiritually. You know, there's
Yeah.
principalities and rulers over that place that we do not know anything about. We watch it on the movies, but it is really real. So know what you're stepping into when you go over there.
That's right.
You know.
Yes. And shout out to Seam027. Great conversation, ladies. Thank you so much for that. Coco Love, right? Thank you. Thank you. Ty Wilson will be traveling to Ghana probably this coming February. Already talking to a few individuals that have visited. Awesome. And I am happy for you. Go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. And one last question, sister, before you roll, would you go back again? And if so,
Definitely.
what would you do differently?
What I would do differently is I would definitely well, now that I have been there, I could probably stay outside of Dar es Salaam, but anywhere where I go, I'm going to make sure that just because the prices are cheaper, you're going to be way far out. And so if that's your first time traveling there, you're going to be wanting to go to the city and see things. You're going to be very, very, very far out. So, may want to save up that money, do a little bit more research and find it may take you a minute, but somebody will open up a door, because that's what happened to me. I was able to get into an Airbnb, and she didn't charge me that much, but she definitely took a pay cut just when I told her the situation. And she didn't have to do that. So if you're moving with a pure heart and your intentions are right, things are going to follow. God is going to make sure that things are straight for you, but then you do have to have your common sense, your discernment. And girl, I did not buy a round trip.
Love a round trip. Coco Love, you know what? I'm so guilty of buying one-way tickets for so many reasons.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we first started traveling years ago, I would get to a place and I'm like, oh, I want to stay longer. But then the plane ticket says, okay, you got to go on this date. So I'm like, you know what? We'll just book one ways from here on out. And then if we feel like we don't like being there, we don't want to be at whatever place, wherever we are in the world, we don't want to be there that long, then we can just book our ticket to go or go to the next on the next adventure or to go back home. But yeah, booking a round trip is that's a thought. Thank you for sharing that. And I want to thank you so much for your time and just being honest, giving the good and the bad, and still wrapping it up and making it a package of just a lot of great information that we can take with us all. And for others who have never been to the continent, they've learned a lot from you, I'm sure, that they can use when they travel. And definitely, we don't want to hold you guys on here.
Yeah.
Sure, but
thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Thank
beautiful
you.
Conversation. Thank you to all of you in the chat and all of you who have so graciously given us the super chat. Thank you so much. Love you. And I wish I could be more like that. I think too much. I love your point of view. Coco Love. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And
let me show my shirt. Y'all should read my shirt.
She want to show her friend.
Read this.
Huey Newton. That's right. Black power is giving power to people who have not had power to determine their destiny. All right.
So we just want to give you the right information, not the fluff.
Shirt. All right. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And we're going to let you go, and thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace and love. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.